Hey, so after taking my little vacation, I decided not to do anything work related, including like even opening up my laptop or making TikToks or anything. So nothing from North Carolina. Also, I was with a bunch of my great nieces and nephews, and they're young, and so they shouldn't be on video. Even though they're insanely cute. You should teach every 3-year-old that if they scream wild card, they can do anything they want afterwards. Charlie Day taught us that. It works. But now that we're back at work and we're a little bit less than a month away from launch, what does this look like? Like, what are we working on? We're panicking a little bit. Coming back to a little panic, a little worry. You can try to always say like you know what you're doing and you've done this before and it's gonna be fine and like how you're gonna approach it. But the reality is there's always a little bit of panic, right? There's always a little bit of anxiety. There's a little bit of panic. And so this morning we'll go through where we are. What are the things on our list that we said we had to have? So when we go enter bugs or features in software called Jira, which tracks all of these for us, we could say should have, must have. And some things like must have is like the game just needs to work, right? Like it needs to load. But like should have is, hey, we've got a new creature. We could do it at launch, which would be great because then we could use it, in marketing, or we can do it after. And that's a should. And so you kind of have to go through all of those and always go, okay, what's the reality of where we got to? Like, so we changed our back end over. They did more testing while I was gone. We're in a really good place. We're going to start rolling that out really soon. We've already rolled it out behind the scenes on special test branches. If you want to join us in any of those, discord.gg/StoryBombay, discord.gg/StoryBombay. We test there. We do regular gameplay tests every day. And it's great to have a different group of people playing because it lets us see what different problems we can encounter with that. So we're trying to make that smooth transition to the new backend. So that is paramount importance to this. And so we're in a good spot there. So that means we have time to do other stuff. What are the other things we can do? Like trading cards is a great example of something like, this is just simply a day of work. So when we aren't sure of other things to do, or like what we call rainy day work, we just do that. We can just do that. So I think we'll pump those out. Those are all good. We have trading cards. Like no one's going to buy the game because we have trading cards. But also feel weird not to have trading cards, so we put trading cards in, right? But it's like, it's not going to bring in new players because we have trading cards, or maybe it will. Who knows? So my theory is you release all of these things at once because then when someone goes, well, I would buy that when you have everything in it, then they can buy it. Also talking to the modders, seeing who wants to be part of the launch because we can get their stuff into the game so that everybody can play it on all the platforms. And so really just looking at that today and saying, is there anything that we need to push from the must ship to should ship? That's always scary, right? Because this is how you get to the thing where players are like, hey man, why didn't you do this? And you're like, well, yeah, I know I wanted to do that. We want to do that, but time, and there's only 4 of us, so, we could do what we could do. The trailer. We've been putting out the trailer. We've done work on the trailer. We've done thinking about the trailer, but now we actually need to make the trailer. We need to make screenshots. We need to make a bunch of little things. I'm going to start posting some of those because they're cool little things that we've been doing. We're going to be doing some of those. We got a little bit of help with that, so that'll help. Our first trailer for launch, for announcement, you will never find anywhere if I can help it. It was made very nice by a very nice person who's very good at making these. Our game was not in a good position for it. And so it highlighted some of the problems with the game that we've since taken forward, and it's way better. And so now we kind of need to do a cleanup version. And so our theory is a little table setting and then features, right? Like you can't just say, here, our game has this, this, and this, and this without you having some kind of connection to the players or some kind of connection to the world or understanding. So we said like that. This to that. You don't want a lot of story. People, as a writer, trust me, people don't want a lot of story. They want little stories they can get. They just want to be able to digest what they're seeing. And so we'll set that up, we'll do that, and we'll start working on that as well as some other strange things we're trying to do just for promotion or marketing or weirdness, as well as I still have audio to hook up. I actually went on break and I hooked up all the audio that happens in the safe rooms, that happens as you're moving through the world, but none of the stuff that happens while you're actually interacting with stuff. And there's a whole thing in the end of episode 4 where you're essentially dropping the oil out of the engine so that you can screw up the anacrusis. And there's a bunch of audio around that, and I need to do that because there's a lot of logic around that. There's a lot of triggers and things, and I just didn't have time to do that before. So yeah, I am a little refreshed, a little tired. I didn't get home until midnight last night, and that was leaving from North Carolina, which means 3 o'clock that time. So yeah, but it was great. It was super energizing. Man, kids are loud. I forget that. I live such a quiet existence here in Seattle. Man, kids are loud. Cats, if you look at my previous video, my cat Bella in particular was out of her mind with me being gone. And so she decided she had to scent all the stuff that she could that I had on me, which is cute. But yeah, I'll be doing some other videos as well today, but just kind of wanted to get this back and rolling because I haven't done this for a few days. Yeah, I'm excited. It's a month off. Excited, anxious. I'll dig into another video on this.